Hi, this is Camille from My Junk Journal Heaven. If you've watched many of my videos, you know that I love envelopes with big windows in them, and this one is super big. This envelope is super big. It is, let me get my ruler here. It is 11 inches. Now that's going to be way too big to put on a journal page, but it can wrap around this way, which would make it, well, I can cut it down so it would work. So maybe I'd wrap it around the page this way, or it could go over the page. But the first thing I'm going to do is cut this down over here so it's about equal. Get it lined up on this side. That's where I end up in trouble. Okay. And then if I do it halfway, it's going to be, wow, 5 inches, so that's still going to be too big. I'm going to cut a little off of the ends here. Let's see. Let's cut. It's not going to quite go where I want it to. Maybe I can hold it right there and cut it. I don't want to cut that much off. There, that worked. That's okay. Okay. Now, besides being trimmed down to size, it's also open so I can do what I want with it, and I am going to cut a little bit more off of this part here. I like the sides to be just about even. It's not going to be perfect, but it's close. That's close enough. That works. Okay, and I don't think I'm going to need this again, but I probably will. Who knows? Now I need some paper to cover it, and then some things to put inside of it. I have a lot of papers here. I'm trying to look through and see if I can find something I really want to put on there. I have lots of double-sided. I don't want to use that on there. I'd rather save that for when I have a project that needs double-sided paper. So let's see here what I have. I was looking in here not long ago and I had plenty of stuff. Oh, this might work well. Some of this paper. I also have it in a lighter color. Let's see how that looks. In the white. I don't know which one I want. First of all, I need to see if the stuff on the back is going to show through. Not much. How about on the yellow? Oh, definitely not. Okay, let's use the yellow. And I'm going to see if this little strip will come off without, well, part of it came off. So the first thing I want to do is glue this here on there, and I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and I'm just going to go down along here. I hope I'm in view here. And I would like the green to be up there at the top, or to at least be visible on it more than just the yellow. This is kind of a fibrous paper. I don't know where I got it. I've had it for a long time. Back when I was doing scrapbooking. So like I said, I don't know where I got it. Oh, and I didn't get it very well done on there. I hope the art glitter glue is going to hold it. If it doesn't, then I may have to use my Fabri-Tac. Okay, now I'm going to wrap it around, but I think I want to go along it with my scoring tool, kind of get it ready to fold here so it doesn't give me grief folding it on the right spot. And I'm going to fix that to it. I don't know whether this would work at all with the glue stick. It might in the middle. That would certainly be easier to take up real estate with. So I think I'll put the glue stick around the edge, or in the middle, and put the art glitter glue around the edge. Okay. Oh, I was going to put the art glitter glue around the edge. Got to figure this out and get it together, huh? Okay. Now, I'm just going to fold this over and brush it down. And of course there are wrinkles because that's what my glue stick does. But I can iron them out. And now I need my paper cutter again because I'm going to cut this off so I have a little bit of a wrap around here for where the pockets are going to be. I think I want a little more than that. I can be a little more generous than that. There we go. Keep that close by because I'm going to be using it again. And might as well trim this off too. Although for some reason that didn't, well, I'm not going to worry about it. It didn't glue down exactly right, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Okay, and I'm going to do the same little trick. Hopefully it'll work with this side. Just train it to fold over here. All right, we have that, and I could fold this in, but I'm going to have some up here at the little cover so it can wrap around. Okay, so we're just going to do this. Just going to glue this little piece down so that the area where the pockets are has a nice little lip on it. I think I might be able to cut this off even. Who knows? Now you might say, why didn't I just cut this in half and use half and half? But I really like the idea of it being a whole. Either it'll go this way or this way, and I think it's going to go on the top of a page. So I'm kind of going to fold it here. And I'm going to use my little trick I used before, and that is to score where I want it to fold. Because then you don't seem to get as much of the creasing on the inside of the fold when you've got wet paper. It did crease, but not as bad. And it's not quite even, but who cares? It's going to be on two different sides of the page. All right, now I need some more of it. And I have some scraps that I think will work. That will work right down along there. And it can also fold in side to make the other side nice. I think I'll put it there. Using my art glitter glue again. This weather's just crazy. And I know a lot of people think it's global warming. I don't believe in global warming. I think that the earth just changes its patterns now and then. And then I was reading something, and it was saying that, I think it was 1805, a volcano on an island blew and spewed for quite a few days the ashes, and they went up into the air and came down across the earth, of course. And it caused, in China, they had snow in the middle of summer, ruined their crops, froze things that weren't supposed to be frozen. Europe had terrible problems with growing things because of it. And the United States, they called it a, I don't know if it was 1805 or 1806. I think those were the right years. Called it the year without a summer, because of a volcano that went off over in the South Seas. Things just happen crazy. And this polar air, who knows? Who knows why it's here or where it came from? Oop, that did not fold over like it should have. Anyway, at that time, people thought it was the end of the world. That prophecies were coming true about what would happen at the end of the world, and they were all panicking. A lot of people were panicking and didn't know what to do, and were searching out somebody who could tell them what God wanted them to do to straighten up and so that this would stop. And I just thought that was very interesting that that had happened. They said Europe, everywhere was just, there was something that happened in India that normally didn't happen. And like I said, snow in China in the middle of the summer. Just all kinds of strange things happened. And I don't think we've had any volcanoes go off, so I don't think that's what's causing this cold weather. This is probably just a fluke of weather. Well, that's not exactly even down there, but at this point, I don't know if I can fix it or not. All right. I'm going to trim off these little end pieces here. And then we're going to decorate the back of this before we put it together. And when I say the back of it, I mean the back page, this back here, so that when the tags are taken out, there's something back there to see. That's why I had to decide how to do this. So I have some papers here that I can use. Oh, look at that with the yellow. Oh, that's stunning. I think I have to have that for one of these. And I think it's going to have some of it taken off of both sides of that one, but that one's definitely going in there. That's a possibility. I don't know how many of each thing there are in here. There's a lot of papers. These all came from Temu, my usual source for things like this. Now that one might go okay. And that one might be all right. Then I'm also going to have something to put on the tags to put in there on that one. Okay, let's do, I'm going to have 4 of these, so I might as well take out that one. I already have one. I have one up there that looked good. Maybe. Some of these I'm not that wild about, but not for this particular thing anyway. All right, let's go with this one. It's got some yellow on it. And this one here. I just have to decide which I want to be backings and which I want to be tags. Because all right, this is just under 4 inches wide. So what do I want to be backing and what do I want to be tags? I think I want these two to be the tags and these two to be the backing. So they're just under 4 inches, so I need to lose a little bit off of each one of these. Because it's not going to be seen anyway. And lengthwise, it needs to go all the way to the top, and it needs to be even because that's not even. I think I might want that cut off a little bit more. And mark that with my pencil. Trying to get some videos done because I think I'm going to have my knee replaced in the not too distant future. And so I want to have some videos ready to go up while I'm laid up. And while I'm doing that, I'll be working on a project that I think I'm going to be doing. Let's see how this looks. Yes, that's okay. That'll work. I don't know how it's going to work out, if it's going to be a good project or not, but my daughter suggested that I do a project where it would be, I would make up packets for people and they could purchase them, and it would be a weekly or monthly purchase depending on how long it took to do what was in each packet. All the things you'd need to make your own junk journal, or pretty much all of the things you'd need. And then I would do classes, sort of. They would be on the regular YouTube channel, but the people who got the the papers that I sent would have everything already, and others would have the opportunity to make it, or oh, that's just about perfect like that. Let's do this. Other people could watch what we did and do it with their own papers if they wanted to. But that's going to take a lot of planning and thinking ahead, and I haven't done all of that yet. So we'll see how that works out. She said she would love to do it, and she has friends that like to do crafts but don't always want to go out and buy all the supplies themselves. They'd rather have somebody supply them for them, which sounds like a good deal. So we'll see how it works out. I'd be interested to know if people are interested in it. Oh, forgot to do the top of that, and it's not. They don't tear out real well. Just a little hair to even it up. Okay. So if you watch this and you're interested in it and would like to let me know, I would appreciate that, because I would probably only do 10 or 12 at a time, because getting that much of everything would be a little bit difficult. And when I get ready to do it, I will show what you're going to get in the kits so that people know what they're getting and how much it's going to cost and so forth. Anyway, that's a thought. All right. That actually works out fairly good. I don't know why these always end up being warped when you get papers in them and so forth. I don't know. Okay. Now I just need the end panels, glue those down, and we're good to make our tags. And I have another piece here that's scrap. I think I'll just cut a couple of pieces off here that will work. We had a lot of rain a couple of days ago. I'm glad. I think the roads are pretty much dry. I'm really glad because the temperatures are really down in the low numbers. And if there was wet rain on the road, it would be ice. And I just heard a car drive by and it was not going slow, so I'm assuming there's no ice. The only time people drive down my road slow is when there's ice on the road. It's a country road and speed limit is supposed to be 35. I think everyone thinks that's a suggested speed. A mild suggestion for some. I know I get people behind me when I'm driving down the road and I know they're impatient, but that's too bad. There's ditches on the sides of the road and a lot of people let their dogs run out free, and I'm not going to hit a poor little dog unless it runs before I can stop it, and I'm certainly not going to speed down the road and go into a ditch. That is not my idea of what a fun thing would be. Okay. Now I trimmed that off. Now we need to make the tags. And I think these are going to make really pretty tags to go in here. the idea is that when you pull out the pretty tag, then you have something pretty behind it. So I need to kind of decide what I want on the tag. It's probably going to need to be cut. Right about there. And maybe there. Yeah, that one's going to go on the long side, and this one is going to go here, and I'm going to cut it over here and down here. You know, instead of doing that first, let's put them on a, let's glue them to a index card. And then when I cut them, I won't have to match it to the index card because it'll already be matched. And I should have a glue sheet out here. I want to make sure I've got plenty of this glue down. For some reason it doesn't like to stick so well, but maybe if I have lots of it, it will stick. Oops, I got 2 pages. It doesn't have to be exact, but okay, I'm going to let that one dry, and we'll do this one. All right, that's looking good. Let's get out my little tab punch, and I'll take a couple of tabs out of this. Since I have it here. Okay, have an extra one. I can put that in with my tabs, pre-cut tabs for when I want to grab one and don't want to be bothered cutting it. Okay, now this one goes in here, and I did not ink any of this. Okay, I'm going to cut out the part where I ink. Save you. Okay, I'm back. I finished inking, and now I need to embellish around this edge a little bit. I put the tabs on the tags and ink those and put them in their spots. I don't think that they need any more embellishment, especially this one. It's got plenty of little sayings and things on it, so I don't think I'm going to do much with that one, if anything. This one, maybe, but I'll think about it for a minute or two. And I do need to do something on this. I want to do something around these, around this. I don't know whether I want to put some of this on there or not. It's kind of shiny and sparkly. Maybe not. Maybe not on that. Could put some washi around these. Let me see what washies I have that I might want to put on there. Excuse me while I look through here, the sides real quick, and see if there's something there that I want to put on it. Got one here that might be okay. Actually, I've got two. Let's see what this one. Oh, it's as white as the paper, the sides. That might be okay too, though. Let's see what it looks like. I actually kind of like that. And it's covering up the yellow, which I don't mind it doing either. I did want the yellow on there, but I don't mind it covering it up. I think it looks good. Gives it some interest. Well, this one, it might not cover it all the way, and it's not. Oh well. I don't think I mind that either. Now I can miter these corners, or I could leave them as they are. And I think I probably will miter them. I'm going to see if I can do it with this. We'll see. Just a light touch here, I think. Okay, that took that part off. Now if I just cut this little bit off down here, so far so good. Excuse me. This one isn't up high enough to cover the yellow. So I'm going to move it up just a little touch here. Just a little bit. And I'm using just a light touch again. I don't want to cut all the way through. I just want to get this top layer off so it looks mitered. And it didn't quite miter where it should have, but that's okay. If it was perfect, it wouldn't come from me. Now it's showing how crooked the bottom of this is. Oh well, I can cure that. I know exactly what to do for that. Lace can cover up just about anything. All right, let's put a piece across here. I really like this washi tape on here. It's added some interest. Let's see here. Did it cut it? Yes, it did. Perfect. I'm going to cut it across the bottom. And that wasn't as perfect. I'll do that with scissors. Another good one. I should be cutting this with my no stick scissors instead of these. Oh well. Okay, now I don't think that's going to need anything else except something at the bottom. The edges aren't going to need any more embellishment, that's for sure. And I'm probably going to put this under something heavy to flatten it. I think this one will work. This wasn't the one I had in mind, but I think it will work just fine. But I don't like this, that it's definitely not the same width down there. So on goes the lace. Which will look pretty anyway. Now the usual conundrum, which side is the right side? I never know. Some of these laces I don't think it's possible to figure out. Well, I got a little bit too much glue up there. I'm trying to see that it's even this way. That looks good. I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger, and then I'll put some fray stop or something on it. So here we have a project. It shouldn't be that hard to do, unless you make it hard like I did. Big window. It's going to be a fold over. Going to be clipped on the top. It could be glued on the top. It wouldn't matter. I don't think I have a journal right here to try it in. This is my journal for the month. It won't go in this journal, of course, but it would need to go on a page like this so that the tabs were out where the pocket, or where the journal cards could be taken out. Gosh, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this. Maybe I need to round those corners more than I did. They do go in. Oh, I'd had it crooked. That's why I didn't want to go in. Anyway, that's the way it would need to be, is like that. Over the page, so you could take these out. And you could put more than one tag in there if you wanted to, but the thing I like is that when you pull it out, you have something pretty behind it. I may have to put another little bit of washi on the edge there. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that a little bit and decide. Okay, this is Camille from My Junk Journal Heaven. I hope you've enjoyed this. Remember, there's writing space in here, 2 journaling tags. Put lace there. You could put lace everywhere. I might just put a little bit of lace all the way around there. That would take care of that problem. I probably will do that. And I'll see you in my next video. Have a good day and stay safe. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my video. Please like it and give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time. Bye.